That you, Meta? Mika?
We do need
Meta? Oh my god. The meta.
Down here.
Reminds me of Rooster Teeth.
All right, go ahead.
So what's this? What's the Hive?
The Hive is Vivian's talk show.
World's greatest talk show, in my opinion.
The VR world's greatest talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the world's.
I would legitimately skip Jimmy Fallon for this.
I like that. That stage. It's very pretty.
Who needs the web when you have the Hive? Ready for the latest buzz in all things VR? We'll fly those emojis for tonight's episode, featuring our guests, SadGamerDad, Sourdough, and Swan VR of Live. And now here she is, your host, Vivian.
I love this song. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hive. I am so excited to be back. Yay! So yeah, I've been really busy doing nothing, so I'm glad to be back to doing something. How's everyone doing? Good?
Groovy!
Good? Okay. Well,
Awesome.
I have this new table here, and there's some new stuff, temporary stuff. I used Shane's editor. First I cursed him because I didn't know how to use it. Then I tried to figure it out, and now I'm good to go. If you guys tried out Shane's editor, it's really awesome. I've seen some people's rooms. I've made some stuff. Well, I put some stuff together. And there's other...
fried chicken!
Yeah, fried chicken, exactly. There's some other cool rooms coming up, like this room for the World Cup that was made by Kenny. I think we're getting ready for some soccer. I know that everyone in VR is like a natural athlete because that's totally our thing. So I'm sure you're excited for it. And if you haven't seen it, David has made Dave's Drive-In. Have you guys seen that? Awesome. All right, so that's pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's
so cool.
It's got some cars, and he was playing some terrible movie that I had to mute because it was scary. It's some woman being attacked. Anyway, ready for making out. Currently, there's no concession stand or anything, but I think it's really cool. So I've seen some pretty cool, amazing rooms, including the new Origin room that was released yesterday during the town hall. Did you guys go to the town hall?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was cool, right? There was a lot of new things that came out, like our cool new badges, right? For distinguish us as for their power users, is how Allspace put it. If you don't have one and you think you should have one, you should just email them and get them. It's really, not that big of a deal, I'm sure. It just looks different from everyone else's. It's cooler, but no big deal. Well, the only thing about it, though, is that everyone's really excited to get it because everyone likes to feel special, right? Until a lot of us realize that we have to talk to people now. They're like, oh, God, okay, yeah. So we have to actually stand there and answer questions. So that's what it's there for, to answer questions for users. And so let's see, they released some games called Tongue-Tied, which, you know what, it was a lot of pressure to play that game. If you haven't tried it out yet, it's kind of difficult. You have to name 4 things in like 6 seconds. And then Alt Quiz, which is a cool quiz show in theory, but the questions are insanely hard. I played around, and you have to be as old as SadGamerDad, Drew Blast up there, to get some of the answers. It's a pretty old trivia, but I'm sure we'll get some new trivia questions. Did you guys like the Origin room? Wasn't that awesome? I loved it, especially because it was all based on math, and the river looked really cool. I'm actually a fan of the low poly looking, edgy kind of stuff. So I really love that room. And over here is me, actually. That's me in the gear. So if you're in the gear or the Go, you probably see me as that right now. Someone from Allspace came up to me and they were like, oh, how did you get the error bot? Which only confirmed what I've been told is that I'm an error. So that's what I look like to some of you right now. But I wanted to show it because you have hands now if you're on the Gear or the Go, which is really awesome. That's so cool that you can, are you guys happy about it? If you're happy and you know it, clap your yeah. Well, you're halfway there, guys. Don't worry, you'll get that support soon. There's a lot of one-handed activity that I'm sure we can come up with for you, so don't worry about that. All right, so just some news in VR. Game of the week, I just want to point out, is this new free game. It's called Cave Digger. I played it, it's like 30 minutes, but the graphics are really good, actually. You're just pounding away in a cave. It's a little dark. So far, it's not scary. Nothing has jumped out at me yet, but give it a try. It's free, so on the Steam store. So that's the game of the week. All right, so I wanted to kind of talk about this point that that was made. It's called Comment of the Week that I'm putting up. There was this article on VR companies, how to attract women. And I'm in a part of the VR women group and the AR VR women's group. And there was this big post about this article and this comment that I'm just going to go ahead and call it out because he publicly put his name out there. He's the CEO of this company who was like, why do we need to hire women? Kind of stuff like that. He's like, if I want to have a company that's just, me and guy developers, then that's how it should be, which, he's just using semantics, like need. Like, we don't need anything except for, like, water and food. So he kind of he really just made a bunch of people hate him. So I thought, well, let's perpetuate the hate. No, I'm kidding. He just said this, and it caused a lot of people to make comments. And I feel like it's a big topic, so let's not make excuses for people who make these kind of comments. If you are on Allspace, then you know that there's a lot of women that use this app. So why not have a diverse group of people on your team to give you a fresh perspective? So that is my comment of the week. That is really my gripe of the week. And then I have a VR crush of the week. I like to change, my crushes up. So this is Steve Muniz. If you follow him on Instagram or Twitter, he's like this really cool artist, and he does like drawings. He's been working on this for weeks, and I've been following him. He streams it on Twitch, and it is so cool. He's a really nice guy, very supportive. So I wanted to give him a shout out because that is very awesome. So speaking of awesome people that I have crushes on, tonight's guest is SadGamerDad, who is my dad. Yeah, well, he's all of our dads, right? I'm his favorite kiddo. We've established this. I've actually met him about a year ago around this time where I said on Twitter, I was like, hey, come into Allspace and join us. And then he just adopted me from there. Then we have Sour Girl, who, if you haven't seen it, she did this hilarious video, Beat Saber wearing a dinosaur costume. I'm on a Discord with her. She's really cool. And then we have Swan VR from Liv, who does the technology that you've probably seen in the videos where people are like in mixed reality. So yeah, so we got some cool people today. So let's invite SadGamerDad. Emojis, please.
How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Emojis, let's see those emojis. Come on.
Yeah, lots and lots of emojis. Just keep your hands in there. So
just keep it pressed down, auto repeat. Okay.
So actually, I saw that you were streaming a lot today. Yeah.
I did. Yes, I streamed a lot. I haven't done a show here in Allspace in a couple of months, and the last show I was just saying before the show was Orbis, and I had Orbis on there, and it's kind of crazy. Some of the Allspacer regulars that I met over the course of the year, which Vivian, it says 11 months. We're getting close to a year anniversary here on Allspace. So I've been gone a little bit. I know. What's your particular? Guys, you let Vivian know what your thoughts are, or email me, sadgamerdad@gmail.com.
Oh, man.
You get this for your kiddo. So I come back in, and things have changed a lot in the last few months. It's really been great to see all these new rooms. Thank you to Stevie Boy for showing me the Origin room. That was really, really cool.
Oh.
So if you don't know, I started off on YouTube when I met Vivian a little over a year ago, and I've since moved over to Twitch the last few months, and I've run into some really cool VR streamers. I'm trying to do the same thing over at Twitch I did at YouTube, which is reach people to show them how great VR is. And I'm so excited to see people using mixed reality to do that, including our own Sour Girl, I think, is doing that, who's here today on the show. And I'm super excited to meet her, and I'm super excited to meet Swan VR with Liv, who makes it super easy to do mixed reality with their software on Steam. So it's great to be here. Woo!
Yay! So, you know, I know you have this behind the screens, which is a really cool concept.
Yes.
Basically, you have developers of different games on, and you interview them, which I'm offended because I feel like that's my job, but whatever, it's fine. But then you play a game with them as well while you're in Altspace, so people can see your avatar playing with the developers.
Yes,
so are you having one planned soon, or what's going on with that?
So, you know, during that time, it's kind of been on hiatus. It's kind of really difficult to get a show produced like this because you have to do a lot of communication. And when the developers are not in the United States, it makes it real difficult. Our show format was to do a UK show the second Sunday of the month and then do a US show the fourth Sunday. And it worked well for a while, but then, you know, we all started getting busy with our lives, and the production team, you know, started doing things, and I started doing things at work, and you get busy with your real world schedules because streaming, unfortunately, I'd love for it to be my full-time job, but it's not yet. You know, someday I hope for it to be as I continue to meet awesome people in VR and get opportunities to be in front of people like you all. So I've been too busy to organize a show with someone I felt would just be a knockout guest. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just so hard for me. No.
I was like, did you fall through the world? I need to go after you. My gaming instincts are kicking in, like spider sense here. It's difficult, you know?
Can I just tell a really cute story? I saw this like advertisement on Facebook for a really cool pink keyboard, and I was like, I want this, and so I gave it sent me one. That's so cute, like an keyboard. It clicks and clacks. It's really annoying.
Does it still work?
I love it.
Is it still working?
Yes, it's awesome. It
Okay,
changes
cool.
colors with all the things in my room. So, all right. Well, I want to bring on our
Awesome.
our next guest. We have Sour Girl, who
All right. Woo!
is
Let's
suddenly
get her up here.
not here.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's interesting.
She's
Maybe
back
she
here
needs
somewhere.
to rejoin, or maybe she suddenly is very shy. Let's encourage her to come out here. No?
Keep cranking those emojis, right?
Yeah. Hello. I'm like looking over here.
Well, while we're waiting for Sour Girl, about that crush, you know, you are my kiddo, so I don't know. Without proof of this new crush, I think you need to tell me about this crushes of the week, of the month.
I love it. Yeah, well, I'm going to say because the last time on the show, my crush was UK Ripter, who you played with today, right?
That's cool. Yeah, we streamed together today a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah, and of course Jade, who can't love her. She's so awesome and adorable.
Jade is adorable, adorbs.
She plays a lot of Rec Room. All right, well, we're going to wait for Sour Girl, but we'll just talk about. Did you see that that comment from that guy? I don't know if you're a part of any of the VR groups, but it was kind of like a big talk.
I did read it. You know, I read the comments from the CEO of the company. I kind of soaked it in. You know, I've been digesting it the last few days after reading it that morning at work. And to me, I think the guy just is trying to, you know, make himself feel better about his behavior. I mean, after you think about it for a while, at first you could use logic and say, well, any woman can join VR if they really want to, if they're talented enough, and we go by talent. But the reality is, you know, we need more women interested in developing in VR and doing things that are a little bit different than what we have. Like Altspace is a good example of that, guys. That's why I love Altspace so much. It's not like anything else in VR. You know, I got tired of just doing games a couple years ago. And I got here, and you guys have been so opening and led me around and shown that it's about community building, and it's about making lasting friendships. I mean, look, we're coming up on a year with Vivian and I knowing each other. So, you know, how do you translate that to an experience that you can develop on your own, you know, and you can get interested in? And that's what we need more of. And I know you've told me a lot, Vivian, about things, ideas that you have that I would love to see come to light. But the reality is these companies are usually managed by guys, and you're usually targeting towards a largely male audience wanting blood and violence and guts. But there's a lot more things you can do in VR that involve not the typical, we've done this forever, this is what we have to play battle royale games, we have to play this, we have to always have bloodshed, you know, let's do some experiences. I think Ready Player One kind of made me think along those lines of let's be more all-inclusive
Okay.
in VR.
I have to admit, I want to applaud what you said, but I have not watched Ready Player One. Yeah.
You got to go see it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Where's the gas commercial? We need a gas commercial.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, no.
I'm sorry.
Everybody
Where's the
else-
trap?
Heresy!
And that's what I want to see developed is those sort of worlds where everyone comes into their own world, and we don't have these barriers and these preconceived notions that this is what we got to do because it's always been done that way. You know, I kind of get sick of that.
Okay, I just heard that Sour Girl's power just went out, so
Oh
that's
my gosh.
the interesting thing of doing things in VR, right? But that's okay. We still have SadGamerDad here, and the topic is still about like what you're doing anyway, which is streaming. You mentioned that you're busy with work at IRL, so you haven't been able to stream. And
Yes.
there's been this big kind of topic that has gone around on Twitter and some discords about paid for reviews. So I was just literally just thinking like, oh, well, if that's why some people do it, so that they don't have to work a different job and they can just do this full time. But the topic is what do people think about streamers, VR streamers and YouTubers who get paid to review a product? So there's a lot of people
reviews.
paid reviews. So there's some people who do it, and they think it's, and then there's another group that's like very vocal about it being unethical. And so anyway, I'm curious to know what you think about that. Like, I mean, unethical, I feel like is pretty.
Well, my thoughts
Strong.
are who likes to see infomercials when they're trying to chill out? Sometimes in the mood for it, sometimes I'm not. And it's sort of the same way. And VR Gamer Dude and I actually had this conversation like a year ago. And when I was actually met him in real life about a year ago in August last year. And,
It's awesome, by the way.
He is very adamant about stating up front when anyone has paid him to do anything. And he's going to tell the person paying him up front that he's going to be honest. If he thinks the product sucks, he's going to say so, right? So that's kind of the way I look at it is if someone's honest and they're doing that for their full-time job, fine, you got to pay the bills, right? Sort of thing. But I don't have to watch it. I'd appreciate if it's less advertising-like and more, this is genuine, and I'm telling you it's paid, but I'm going to be genuine up front. So it really depends on the person, I think, that's doing the review. Because I don't want to see like the ShamWow guy, pushing VR to me every time I go anywhere, that sort of thing.
The ShamWow VR guy. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
Pretty awful.
I don't know how I feel about it because I get a lot of books for free to review books because I read books. People, oh wait, Ready Player One is a book. Okay, anyway, so
Yeah,
like
the book is really awesome.
so I get the books and
Read it first.
for like an honest review. And I honestly, it's like I stopped doing that because I sometimes do feel like it is a little skewed. Like you kind of can't help it with the bias sometimes. Like we all wish like, that CEO guy that we can all be completely subjective, but we all have our biases. So I don't know. It doesn't really, I'm not getting paid to do any reviews. So maybe I'm just being jealous, but.
And I'm not getting paid either, guys. I haven't actually ever done a paid review myself. I want to talk about, I posed this question to a YouTuber group that I'm in, which includes a lot of fairly well-known YouTubers as far as just virtual reality only YouTubers. And, one of the guys in there, we give a shout out to Eminus, Eric Hartley. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's out in California. And he told me to go look at this article this person did. I forget his name. It's Rob, I want to say Crandall. I might be saying it wrong, but he's on Twitter. And I believe he's an artist for some kind of DC comic. And he had this whole thread he started this week, as I was pondering what to say on the show, that he said that, creative people seem to get beat up about promoting their work, and we seem to feel real bad about self-promotion to the point where we just don't do it. And then that's when he brought up the point, which I kind of already made, is that, if that's your livelihood and that's what you're doing to pay the bills, so to speak, then you really shouldn't be ashamed of self-promotion. sort of thing. So if you gotta, I'm just saying, I wish people would be honest about it. Don't be someone you're not. Be genuine. And I see a lot of non-genuine folks on the internet, right? There's a lot of that.
Never. That's not something that's on the internet at all.
Right.
I want to bring on Swan VR so that we can
Yes.
bring on the discussion since Sour Girl isn't able to make it. But
Excellent.
seems like she's a little. Well, hello. There she is. If you hit recenter, you should be able to come up a little higher. Isn't it? I'm
she's gonna
sorry.
rise up from the floor. How about this?
VR is so weird. Like, how do I explain this to people? Like, yeah, my guest was in the floor for most of the show, and
Is she in 2D or is she in VR?
Recenter.
yeah, yeah.
She's in 2D.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta
Yeah,
hit
she's
all.
there.
Emojis.
See? See the emojis coming? Whoa, hello. There you. Well, all right. Maybe this is how I'll ask you because this is where you live now. You live there.
Yes, you can do Alt R. Or click the R key.
The R
We're
key.
hearing
Yeah.
Alt R from the audience up there. That
Alt
might be
R.
Sarah or something.
Yeah.
No,
Swan.
just R.
For recenter.
Just
WC.
R.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, first of all, I want to just shout out. This is Sour Girl. If you go watch her video, this is Sour Girl. She's doing Beat Saber. Who played Beat Saber? Yeah. Everyone.
Today.
Wait. I don't want to raise your real hands. Use emojis, guys. Come on. Henry's like. Yes. So Beat Saber is awesome, and you probably, if you've looked at like the shows, the videos on YouTube, you see people
That is
in the
awesome.
game like that, and that is they're using Live technology. They support other games as well, like Tilt Brush, and so you could be in the game. And I'm a part of their Discord, and it's really cool, friendly. They're very supportive, but there's also like a women's group where we support each other in whatever it is we're doing. So that's kind of what, right, Swan? And guests in the floor. This is cool because I feel like if I ever see Jimmy Fallon or Ellen, when we go to our talk show convention, I can be like, yeah, but has your guest ever been on the floor? And how did you deal with it? But that's okay because guess what? I actually am coming back, so I'm here this week. I'll be here the following week, and the week after that, and the week after that. So we can always have our guests come back when they feel like being on. You see this, right? I'm not crazy.
Right, I see that, and I don't want to step on your head.
Maybe I'm a little crazy. I don't know,
Over
but
here.
there's a head on the floor here, which is. Oh my God! It's moving. Okay, that scared me. Suddenly just
She's
moved.
under the step. For those who don't know, Vivian has a little jumpy around things sometimes in VR. Scary things, especially.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with
it's
it.
scary. It's supposed to be. I don't know.
It's almost a little jumpy to me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm maintaining my distance.
Okay. Well, it's okay. Well, the Live technology. If you have like a GoPro, some people use. I use my Vive tracker to kind of like bring yourself into the game. So I haven't fully like tested it yet, but basically you attach it to a camera, and they have like these cubes too that.
Yeah, look at the cube thing in the right corner up there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know, but you know what? They just released something saying like you actually don't even need a green screen to do it. The reason why I bring all of this up is because there's a lot of people in here that have expressed like doing events and then trying to stream and that kind of thing. And I want to encourage people to make events in Allspace or wherever else. And if you want to stream, there's a lot of things that you can do now. But have you done this? Have you done this yet?
I could be your green avatar screen in here. See?
Oh yes. All right. I'll just stand in front of you.
I haven't done Live just yet. I'm going to be doing it very soon. Hopefully, I'll get it all working by the end of next weekend and be streaming on Twitch as soon as possible.
All right. So, like I said, with Live technology, you see the person in the game. Oh, those are cool swords, by the way. So you see them in the game, like actually hitting the sabers, or if you're in Tilt Brush, which I think is really cool because then you could do like art therapy type things in there. So Wait, I want these sword things. So yeah, so you can see yourself like in the game. And do you think that that's kind of like how it's gonna be though for streamers? Because that's the thing where I'm like, I just figured out how to put a box in little corners that I could show myself. So and now
I really think this is what it's going to take to get more and more folks into VR that are on the fence is mixed reality streaming. So I'm really excited to see how many more people on Twitch, especially, start doing this. As already talked about, SadGirl doing that, and her group that she's a part of, Team Heart and Hand Gaming, does that, and it's really cool to watch. I love to just kind of watch it and chill out. It's real fun.
Okay, well, poor Swan is stuck on the floor. I don't know if you want to re-enter, but in the meantime, if there's any questions for SadGamerDad, anyone? No? No questions?
No questions about YouTube or Twitch? Come on.
No, they're too shy. I will tell you one. I do have one question. I did one video. Well, no, I did two because you gave me the pink keyboard. I felt obligated to do a video showing the keyboard, which included showing
you for doing
me.
that, kiddo.
Yeah, and then I did another one for work, but like that's the one thing that's kind of like preventing me is doing like showing myself on camera. So are you just naturally like okay being on camera, or did you have to get over that?
I am. I actually speak in front of people as far as like civic groups and stuff in the past. So that's kind of why I'm comfortable around speaking in front of people. So you get used to it. And I also, my wife, I have to give a shout out to my wife. I've done this before. You know, she got me in shape a few years ago. I was like a big sitting around the couch, right? You guys know that joke. Thank you for the few emojis. And
from the old people.
She whipped me in shape, and I felt more confident. They helped my confidence to get in front of the camera as well. So kudos to my wife of 21 years. Oh my gosh, 21 years.
Oh,
wait a minute. How old are you? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I'm a public speaker though in IRL, but I still don't want to be on camera. So I don't know. I'm trying to work up the nerve to do it because I feel like you kind of like with the box, you know, showing the players doing VR, and then now with this. Yeah, this
and I wish
technology.
we could talk about VR fitness. There's an idea for a future show topic: VR fitness, and you could get VR Gamer Dude on here because he's been doing stuff with VR Fitness Insider, and you could get them on here. That'd be really cool.
Cool. Now that you publicly said it, and they'll see it.
Yeah.
Let's put some pressure on them.
Get in here.
Yeah, no, VR Gamer Dude is actually, he's a really nice guy.
Oh, and his wife. Yeah, his wife, she has a name too. I forget what it's like the Fox.
She does.
Silver Fox or something.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
If you looked him up, he did the whole thing about how much weight he has lost doing like box VR.
They're in like week 17 or 18 or something.
Yeah,
a lot of weight. They look good. They look really good.
Yes,
it's been great to see them, all the different fitness type virtual reality experiences they've done, including Box VR and several others. And this is what it would take to really get folks interested in mixed reality, and then get more people into the fitness part of VR, which is kind of taken off a little bit, just a little bit. It's growing.
Right. No, I did it, and okay, so as some of you know, like I kind of like had to like be home recently a lot, and so I asked my doctor if I could work out, and she's just like, yeah, a little bit. So I was like, awesome, and I beat sabered because like. Yeah,
I was gonna say, can I give you mad props? I tried to beat your score on Legend on just normal mode today on Beat Saber because I was practicing because I'm trying to get good enough to do mixed reality. And Vivian's score is insane. I tried for like 12 times to beat it, and I couldn't.
You hear that, Megan?
But shout out,
insane.
Shout out to
I'm gonna be playing it right after this to beat it.
I felt pretty good about beating Nathan. That helped me with my confidence. But
yeah, he is the threshold, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, no. That's what I'm saying. It came at a price. Okay. Well, because I got a message from some people in here who were like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your score," blah blah blah. So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to, like, do it. I have to get it." Yeah, but
that's
I paid the price though. I was like, "Whoa, that was a good workout," and then it slowly started to, I had to recover from that one. So anyway, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know if you guys know this, but awesome. The Hive is 30 minutes long now, or 30 minutes short, because, oh my gosh, I know you totally want me want me to go longer. Apologies to Sour Girl and Liv. For some reason, they weren't able to get. Well, one's in the floor and the other one's power's out. So that's what VR for you, and that's what happened.
That's VR. That's VR.
Yeah, but
That's
you can
nature.
go ahead and hang out with us afterwards. If you have any questions that you're obviously too shy, even though I planted people to ask questions and they didn't follow through. So they probably don't have the green thing up here. Anyway, I want to say thank you to people who helped with with the set design and everything. It looks like someone did have
All
a
those
question.
folks right there.
Does someone have a question over here? Oh, I just saw a hand.
Anyone? A hand popped
No?
up. I don't see a hand. There it is.
Okay, let's see. I have
Melon? Is that Melon?
Jake from State Farm. Okay, that's a real
The
name.
answer is khakis. Everybody.
Yeah. Are you here? Did you have a question?
Yeah,
No?
I didn't mean to hit the button.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's
Hey,
VR
Vivian,
again.
I
VR.
have a list of people who have asked questions.
Okay. All right.
If you want
See.
me to...
Yeah. I
Like,
see
I
Nick
have...
here.
Nick here has a question.
Yeah. Nick.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Nick.
Fire away. Now's the time. Make your
Trying
voice
to mirror
heard.
him in here. No
Is it
question.
muted? Is it muted? No. No question? It's all good.
Keeps on mirroring.
Muted or not.
And then we do have other guests here. This is interesting. I'm not seeing anyone mirrored. Are you seeing anyone mirrored?
No.
No, for some reason the mirroring is not working at the moment.
Oh, Lydia has
Are
a
there
question.
people in your room that have questions though, and you can repeat the question? 'Cause
Sure.
you're
Tala
mirrored.
raised her hand. Tala have a question?
Okay.
Tala or Lydia?
Tala?
Anyone? She muted.
Hi. Do you hear me?
Tala.
Tala.
Oh my
I
gosh,
haven't
you're
used
here.
Oculus in a
She's
long time.
Yay. Awesome.
Look at those hands. Oh my gosh, that's so
My
cool.
first
I heard that, by the
question
way.
is,
Awesome.
will you buy me something? No, I'm kidding.
She's not kidding.
Again, email SadGamerDad@gmail.com.
My
Come on,
Send
real
you a t-shirt.
question is, what is the top game you would recommend from the Steam Summer Sale?
Oh my gosh, that is a tough one. Should I sheepishly admit I haven't checked the summer sale yet? If Moss is on it, if it's single player, I would recommend Moss. If you're looking for a single player, very
that's so
adorable
cute.
game. I've streamed out a little bit
adorable.
today and last Tuesday. I really love that game. If it's multiplayer, I don't know about multiplayer. I'm not really loving any multiplayer. I'm in standout, but not everyone's into the whole battle royale thing, and I understand that. So I don't really have anything recommend on multiplayer stuff right now until I check it out. I'll check it out after the show tonight.
Bridge Crew. Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Bridge Crew.
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
do
should
want to
buy
say
that.
Space Junkies.
Bridge
is
Crew.
awesome,
Oh yeah, you
but
should.
it's not out yet. So Bridge Crew made me think of that because it's a Ubisoft game, and I was lucky
Yeah.
enough to get a key for it today and try it out with a couple of streamers on Twitch. Shout out to Eden from Helix VR for the key. Thank you.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to Java Bart and UK Rifter. And I got the
Were you
code for
paid
that,
to
so
say
that's
these
cool.
names? Because I was not aware.
No,
I'm kidding. I actually know every single person that you just listed.
Not
They're all
paid.
worth a follow, worth checking them out.
yes.
So,
Follow them on YouTube, Twitch, both. That's Java Bart,
So,
UK Rifter,
Tala, get Moss,
Helix VR.
Bridge Crew. Oh wait, you have Bridge Crew. And then and
We
you
never did do
find
our
her
bridge
guest-
crew, did we, Vivian? We were going to do a bridge crew, you and I, and a couple other ladies, and it
Yeah,
was
let's
cool.
let's
We never
discuss
did.
the things that we were supposed to do, Dad, like go fishing and all that stuff. I know.
Have
It's
some
good
fun.
looks like
sorry.
CJ is mirrored in here. CJ, did you have a question?
No, I did not have a question.
Oh, okay. You just want to be mirrored in. That's cool. That's cool. Lydia, did you have a question?
Yeah. I was wondering how long you've been sad and how long you've been a dad.
So I've been a dad for, I guess, 19 years as of this coming July. My daughter's birthday is July 9th. And I've only been sad for, I don't know, a few years. I'm slowly getting out of it. I'm going to be
How long has
melancholy
everyone
dad,
been
maybe by
sad?
the
Everyone
end.
just shout it out.
Melancholy gamer dad. Doesn't
Good
have as good
question.
a ring to it.
Vivian, can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. For everyone else in the other room, the question was, how long has he been sad, and how long has he been a dad? So.
I get asked that so much on the sad part.
Yeah, well, you have to explain yourself. Be prepared for that. Anyway, I got a message from Sour Girl and Swan, and there was just some updates that happened, so that it got them a little bit stuck. Yeah. So apologies for that. But anyway, thank you guys for coming to the show. Thank you, SadGamerDad. Yes, of course. I will. I can't wait for it. Oh, please.
Woo, Vivian.
Our lovely host.
Thank you. Yeah, so happy Friday, guys, and we will see you next week. It's actually going to be an alt spacer, and we're going to talk about empathy and his work with autism. So we'll look forward to that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Well, and thank you everyone who helped.
Bye, everyone.
Tonight, and yeah, I'll see you guys out in Origin because I love that room. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Woo! All right, woo!
More emojis, please.
How fast can we click the emoji button? Everybody.
Wait, should you do the dad sign? I feel like that's for you.
Yeah, that was good.
That's the old
There you go.
That was just on behind
Now
the
do
screen.
this for her.
Sad for me.
I'm gonna go to the okay?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.